Salutations everyone and welcome to What Mattered, the show where I tell you what mattered in the news this week. Hope you like movies and video games, otherwise you're on the wrong channel, man. It's on the wrong channel. So one of the pieces of news that set the internet ablaze this week was the newest Civil War trailer that finally featured Spider-Man. That was the heavily rumored thing that was going to be happening in this next trailer, which is probably going to be the last one that we get some big new pieces from. Now, it was a little tease at the end, but I think exactly what most of us in the know expected from this movie. This obviously looks like the introduction of the character in the film itself, with his, hey guys, kind of like, hello to the audience kind of a thing, but, trying to pull it off as you're talking to the people in the scene. And a lot of people were really excited. The whole Underoos thing, a lot of people got a kick out of, and the fact that Spider-Man's introduced in the Marvel Cinematic Universe by grabbing Captain America's shield is kind of a cool shot, a neat idea. So obviously he's going to be in that whole airport fight that has been like all over all of the trailers that's going to be happening. But we don't know in what capacity he's going to be in that fight, or really much in the movie. We know he's going to play a very minor role. I don't think he's going to be the double agent that switches sides. We knew he was going to be on Captain America's side, and, of course in the comics, then he switches over to Captain America after leaving Iron Man and that Iron Spider suit behind. But I think all the trailers are kind of setting up for Black Widow to be the one who turns over to Captain's side because of her relationship with Steve and everyone else on his team, and the fact that she should know better. And she's the one that doesn't make sense the most. Fighting against Hawkeye, who she's been working with for so long, and against Captain America, who she's worked with for almost as long as anyone else. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it could be the Vision, but it probably isn't. We got to see Scarlet Witch and him have a whole little throwdown thing, which looked kind of cool. But yeah, obviously excited for this movie. Don't know about the Spider-Man. Of course, it was a new suit, new actor, Tom Holland. 19 years old. We know that they wanted to go young, and they're going young. I don't know what age they're going to pretend he is in this film or the upcoming Spider-Man movies. Probably, rumor has it that he's supposed to be like a freshman in high school, but alright. And he's, the shortest Spider-Man. He's 5'8", so finally a superhero that can make me feel tall. And I'm excited to see the film. We got to see Crossbones in there, and I mean, we're just going to have to wait to see what envelops in this quasi-Civil War storyline. On the DC side of things, we now know that the Aquaman and Flash movies will not be origin stories. The Justice League film starts filming in April and will of course be coming out next November. And in March of 2018, the Flash movie comes out, and then Momoa's Aquaman a few months after that. We know that Aquaman is supposed to be in the Batman vs. Superman movie. No official word yet on if Ezra Miller's Flash is making an appearance, but possibly most likely making his appearance in the Justice League film. And I think that's a good step. A lot of people are sick of origin stories, especially if we know the origin, or the origin isn't a story that needs to necessarily be told. The movies, they always usually kind of pick up after the whole setup is done and over with, so they can start getting to the nitty-gritty stuff of that character. So I think this is a good idea. I think this is a good way to move forward. We know that, other studios have said that they are done with origin stories, and while everyone loves to see an origin story, to see, where the character came from, especially if their alter ego is an important part of them, some origin stories are more important to tell than another, which can be good or detrimental to that storyline, which is something that we saw with the Green Lantern movie. You can't kind of do Green Lantern, at least Hal Jordan, without telling that origin. That origin isn't exactly the easiest thing to translate to the big screen, as we've seen. But when it comes to the Flash, that's kind of like a fast thing that happens that's not really integral to the character until you get into the whole multi-dimensional thing in the Speed Force. And with Momoa's Aquaman, who knows what direction that they are going, but I think I like the direction that they're heading with this no origin story business, especially since they're already being introduced. So they're kind of going the different direction of the Wonder Woman thing, which looks like it's going to be a mixture of flashbacks as well as maybe some present day stuff. We don't know a lot of info on that yet, but that will at least be somewhat of an origin story. And in the world of video game movies, we know that Ratchet & Clank is coming out fairly soon, and we also have Sly Cooper in the pipeline and Assassin's Creed at the end of the year. Well, apparently those people over at the Assassin's Creeds think that this movie is so good that they're already having a sequel in the works, with Fassbender still on to produce and star in the film, and this is probably a good sign. It might be one of these situations where they're counting their eggs before they hatch. I mean, hell, Fantastic Four already had a sequel planned before that disaster hit the silver screen. We all know how that turned out. But we've been waiting since the dawn of time for a good video game movie adaptation, and this seems to be the best shot that it has. Sure, we have some more kid-friendly CGI things that are more safe bets that are coming out fairly soon. But what the vast majority of gamers have been wanting for a while is a story-driven, dramatic video game being translated to film. And the Assassin's Creed project looked like it was going to be that, especially with such a fantastic actor as Michael Fassbender aboard. So they seem to be confident enough in their project. We know that Deadpool has had a similar situation where before that movie came out, they were like, yeah, we're already working on a sequel. So we know it can go both ways in the comic book universe. We have still yet to see a good video game to movie adaptation, but hopefully Assassin's Creed will be the first of many, both in its own line and as a whole in the movie industry. After only seeing Gears of War at E3's reveal last year, we finally have some details about the story. It takes place on Sarah 25 years after the events of Gears of War 3, starring Marcus Phoenix's son, JD Phoenix, in a three-player experience that happens within one night. So I think a lot more similar to the first Gears of War game, and it looks like it could be pretty awesome. Joining his team is Kate Diaz and Delmond Walker, JD being voiced by Liam McIntyre of Spartacus fame, and Kate Diaz being voiced by the lovely Laura Bailey, because she has to be in all of the good video game franchises that have ever existed, and she's doing a great job at it. So that is something very, very much to look forward to. Apparently, Walker and Phoenix have had some experience in this classified thing that happened to them that you'll learn throughout the story. So it seems pretty exciting, maybe a little bit more scary or dramatic since it takes place within one dark night, as we saw in the E3 trailer. And I'm pretty excited. There's also some new cover melee mechanics that are supposed to be going on, so very much looking forward to more of Gears of War 4, because we've got a lot of great games from them so far. Speaking of highly anticipated games, Overwatch is finally coming out on May 24th. Got a release date finally, being leaked a little just before that official announcement. And also there will be an open beta from May 5th through the 9th on the 1, 4, and PC. And if you pre-order, you can get in that beta 2 days early. So that's pretty nice, along with like the Widowmaker's skin and all that good stuff. They also announced the special editions. The $130 one, which comes with the art book, and we got that, the statue. PC players, of course, can get the core Overwatch experience for just the $40 version, but the Origins edition, which will be your full retail price game, as well as the ones that are available on the consoles. And that looks to be pretty cool. A lot of people really salty that they haven't been able to get in the PC version of the beta so far. But now everyone's going to get in a nice little beta just a few weeks before the game comes out for some stress testing, I'm sure. And we all get to be happy because we all finally get to play Overwatch. And in other news, Rocket League has teased a new basketball variant of their super exciting, amazingly, addictively fun game. After getting 1 million users already on Xbox One after just a couple of weeks being out on that, they have teased this new March Madness-esque deal here with this hoop. So you have to aerial all of your shots in. It looks to be really, really cool. They've just teased it. We have no pricing on DLC or if it's a free update or what have you. but it looks like to be really cool because Rocket League is so much fun. Anywho, that was what mattered this week. If you'd like to know what matters in the future, you can hit the subscribe button. One of these comes out every single Saturday. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.